Hello, I thought I'd come and share this with you today because I know, judging by Twitter and Facebook, that a lot of you are experiencing frustration. And when you have worries, the struggles seem very huge. And I know our profession likes to be prepared and ready. And every time we do, the goalposts are changed lately, aren't they? So, what we're looking for is a path of less or least resistance, a feeling of ease more and more. And what are the gains if we've got that? I think we know those, don't we? We're more relaxed, we sleep easier, we've got less pressure, and we've got full access to these mental resources of ours, and we need that. And obstacles really are our own personal habits of managing change or fear, listening to other opinions, particularly on the social media or the news, being ill prepared, and we feel disoriented as a profession, and hanging around in the unknown. Our day is so mapped out for us that when we are in the unknown, it can feel really uncomfortable. I would imagine if you are sensing those obstacles at the moment, then you would really be looking to let go of some of those and feel more at ease. So let me point towards what actually inspired you to do the job in the first place. Picture yourself in the workplace. What did you or do you love doing? What was your zone of influence? How did you show up? Was it about making a difference, uplifting others, living from fun and vitality, having a good old gossip in the common room, being fully available, especially to yourself, and being the kindest influencers at heart? And I know that from having worked with so many of you. Or are you showing up from a place of fear and struggle, from a limiting place, limiting you, your creativity, your mental resources, and especially limiting your sleep? From that place of fear, we look for circumstances or people to blame. We begin to judge, and that can often lead to feeling horrible or isolation, turning your back on someone, turning your back on an authority or a thing or a circumstance, giving in or really pushing through that resistance. And that feels really hard. Both are heavy, both are effort, and so much harder to get the job done from this place. What if there was another way? A way to let go of any resistance and over efforting. A way of being at ease, even when the people in authority cause you chaos, which seem to impact you rather a lot lately. What if there's a path of less or least resistance? Because you see, our true nature is unconditional. That's why we care and respond so well to kindness and love. Anything from fear or anger or frustration is resistant to that true nature. We've all got an awareness of love. And I'm not just talking about the romantic type. And we've all got an awareness of frustration and anger. We don't have to live in either place. To move in with our frustrations is really moving in with our intellect and our own thinking. What am I really pointing at then? Well, first of all, we've got a single thought. And at this stage, it's just an awareness. And we're aware of it through our senses, through our feelings. And it could easily flow by unless we focus on it. And then we focus on it a little more and even more. And now this awareness becomes a full-blown head full of thinking, taking up all our mental bandwidth, speeding up with full-blown feelings of frustration and lack of hope. There may be only us in the room. Who do we blame for how we feel? The Prime Minister, other ministers who shall be nameless, our colleagues, our neighbours, our partners, ourselves. And yet, there's nothing to blame but yourself. What a relief, really. If I'm alone and I've got anxious feelings or worry or resistance, then I'm creating it because it's an inside-out experience. It's not your intellect. It's really not your intellect, so you can't work it out from that space. This can be hard to grasp because you see, our true nature is invisible. We can feel it, but we can't always see it. It's unconditional and deeper than any word or problem solving. What does this mean today, now, when you are feeling absolutely at the end of your tether and it's only the beginning of the year? Well, thank goodness we're part of a natural flow of life. We breathe, we've got a heartbeat. Gravity keeps us on the ground. And there are other fundamental principles. One of them is thought. Another is awareness. And somehow there's some kind of intelligence to life that self-corrects everything. So if we choose to think work thinking ruminates. That's how it works. We are creating our own experiences with our own thinking. If you've got thinking that goes like this, I love my work, I really look forward to it, then you're going to have that sense of opportunity and openness about it. If you've got resistant thinking, it manifests maybe as not enough staff, not enough cleaning products, not enough hours in the day, not enough money in the budget, too many things going on, too much change. And you're building up that resistance, that noise in your head gets louder and louder and maybe scarier. Maybe you can't think straight, feel some panic, feel stuck and hopeless. Stop a minute. Let the feelings settle. Show up for you in this moment. Let that busy thinking slow down. Refocus on something. Letting go of that struggle feeling because it's not serving you right now. What would serve you is some ease and peace. And that's simple. That's finding yourself in a space where you can let that thinking settle down. A bit like the weather when it snows and we can't see anything, and then it stops and we can see clearly once more. Because you can't trust your thinking when you're in that resistant space. You tend to get tired and make mistakes. So take a break. Take a break from your thinking. You can do that anywhere. You can even do it when you're in a meeting. One of the things I used to say to my heads was press your finger and your thumb together just to remind you to take a break from your thinking. Eventually, when you learn a little bit more about this, you build up some different habits that serve you, and you much more readily let go of the struggle. You don't have to live in struggle and frustration and fear and the unknown. You can point to a different place as soon as your thinking has settled down. Take care. You matter.